coucou les amis, c'est Bubu, je suis ravi de vous retrouver pour cette vidéo. Nous sommes en direct sur la seconde conférence de la journée, le Day of DEVS. Alors, désolé de commencer l'émission avec une émission qui a débuté, tout simplement parce que se sont chevauchées deux conférences. Le Summer Game Fest est terminé il y a à peine quelques minutes, là vraiment c'était il y a 3 minutes. Et là, ça y est, on embarque déjà pour une autre conférence. J'espère que tout va fonctionner, visiblement ce n'est pas tout à fait le cas. L'idée c'est évidemment de vous montrer ceci pour voir, ça y est, puisque ça a débuté, hein, ce Day of the Devs, pour voir les différents jeux qui seront proposés. Essayons d'abord de régler ce problème de chat. Tac, tac, tac. Qui s'affiche, ça y est, c'est bon. C'est donc parti. Allez, alors ne vous fiez pas au petit 19 qui est là-haut, là, ça a pris le nombre de cœurs que j'ai sur le précédent live, donc c'est très très bien, mais si vous êtes présent dans cette émission en direct, n'hésitez pas à réagir évidemment dans le chat et à me laisser vos petits messages. Allez, on va directement plonger sur ce jeu. Alors vous le voyez, il s'agit de Cairn. Je vais peut-être baisser légèrement, hop, 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 comme ça. Voilà. Alors, Cairn, c'est un jeu qui est fait par un studio montpelliérain. Et donc, c'est un jeu qui n'est pas spécialement, on va dire, connu, mais qui est pas mal. On va donc mettre fin au sondage. Allez, ça marche. Alors bien sûr, je me doute bien qu'à cette heure-là, 1h05, il n'y aura pas grand monde, voire personne, mais ce n'est pas grave, si vous découvrez l'émission en fait en différé, n'hésitez pas à me laisser un petit message, à me dire ce que vous en pensez, et il restera encore une autre émission à suivre, une autre conférence à suivre, c'est la conférence de chez Devolver Digital, le Devolver Direct. Voilà, je l'attends énormément ce Devolver Direct, ils étaient extra l'année dernière, et j'espère évidemment qu'on va prendre du plaisir à les suivre. Est-ce que je peux proposer la traduction en français? Et on peut pas. Ouais, 1000 excuses, hein. Vous n'avez pas, tout comme pour le show d'avant, la traduction en français. Malheureusement. Alors, une petite précision sur ce show que vous regardez, ça s'appelle donc le Day of Devs, donc le jour des développeurs. Et ce sont surtout des jeux indépendants, c'est quasiment des jeux indépendants. Ça a été créé par deux labels que vous connaissez certainement. Le premier c'est I Am 8-Bit, donc je ne sais pas trop comment on dit en anglais, mais vous avez compris, c'est le label d'édition, notamment qui sort des jeux en édition collector, etc. Et puis également Double Fine Productions, le studio qui appartient désormais à Xbox, mais qui à l'époque était indépendant. Et ce qu'il faut savoir également, c'est que le Day of the Devs est devenu indépendant. Ça veut dire qu'en fait, il n'y a pas de lien direct avec Xbox, sachez-le. Donc il n'y a pas d'ingérence de la part de Xbox sur ce Day of the Devs. C'est un show qui ne va pas être très suivi, hein, c'est vrai qu'il n'est pas forcément très connu, mais je trouve que la philosophie du show est pas mal du tout. Voilà.
Fortunately, Callie is joined by their pet companion, Kira.
Kira is unique in that he's an older type of Hanapet, which is a simpler and now obsolete handheld model. So with that outdated tech, Kira has some quirks, like his battery isn't always reliable. But he's way more outgoing than Callie, and so he's great to have around when meeting new people. He's practically indispensable. The Pet Runner program will take Callie and Kira through the 4 unique districts of Sapphire Valley. Along the way, mysterious occurrences will begin to surface, and we will encounter individuals who think that there may be more to uncover about the new Hanapet sensation.
J'aime beaucoup ce type de jeu, hein. Sachez-le, je suis vraiment fan de ce genre de production un petit peu avec une approche particulière, on va dire.
So, you know, it's got motorcycles, robots, there's flowers, there's pets. We tried to really give the story some heart to it, and we just hope you have fun playing.
And thanks for checking out Pet Runner.
Developed in Shanghai by Polar Studio, the next game is a dystopian thriller that is every bit Orwellian as it is Lynchian. It's a tale of temporal technologies, unimaginable body horrors, and psychedelic nightmares. This is Karma, the Dark World.
Karma.
嗨，各位好，我是 Karma 的 Dark World 的创意总监王永贺。我们团队阅览工作室来自于中国上海，团队的目标是带给全球玩家有趣且有深度的叙事驱动类游戏。很荣幸借此机会向各位玩家展示由我们才华横溢的阅览团队所制作的第一款游戏《Karma the Dark World》。这是一款第一人称叙事驱动类的心理恐怖游戏。玩家将扮演利维坦思想局的任务干员丹尼尔，他的主要任务目的是潜入嫌疑人的大脑，并调查事件的真相。玩家将在两个不同的世界中进行冒险，去体验完全不同的情绪和故事。一个是在反乌托邦的现实世界，你将了解到扭曲、压抑、毫无人性的社会观。另一个是用记忆所构建的脑中世界，你将看见诡异恐怖的画面，但却包含令人痛心的真相。
C'est assez dégueulasse, hein, il faut le dire. Hein.
探员，你需要坚守意志。
On a des scènes là.
公司，但直到有一天，你发现正在调查的案件发生了翻天覆地的变化，你冰冷的心从此开始逐渐融化。 这就是卡玛的 Dark World， 一个你从没有体验过、带有浓厚电影风格的反乌托邦游戏。如果你想要了解更多关于这个故事的最后的真相，请访问我们的网站 karmadarkworld.com， 我们会第一时间告知你试玩的 demo 相关时间。最后，请大家享受预告片。
My prosthetic! This isn't real. This can't be real.
I will echo.
Ok. Ça arrive sur console et sur PC. PS5, Xbox
How do you
Series.
follow up making 2 of the best indie games of all time? Make 50 more. That's what's happening with UFO 50. This is from the team at Mossmouth, who made Spelunky and Spelunky 2. It's as if you took the modern design sensibilities of today and went back in time and made an entire console worth of retro games. And it's coming so soon.
Hi, I'm Derek. I'm John, and we're part of the team of indie developers working on UFO 50, a collection of 50 games.
You heard that correctly. That's 50 brand new games.
First and foremost, these are not mini games. Some of the games are smaller, like arcade-style games. Others are quite large, with expansive worlds to explore. But every single game is a complete experience, from its opening title screen to its ending credits.
There's a story that connects all these games too. We invented a fictional company called UFO Soft that developed these games for a fictional 80s game console. This company's history spans from 1982 to 1990, and the games get more technically advanced as the years go on. And as you explore the timeline, you'll find that some games have sequels or recurring characters.
Là, en fait, ils ont créé donc plusieurs jeux, je crois qu'une cinquantaine, si j'ai bien compris,
We also thought about the
avec des
ways to
gameplays très
make
différents et une sorte de compagnie virtuelle là. Oh là là, mais ça rappelle pas mal de choses, ça. Dites donc.
To make you feel like you're in the world of UFO 50, no matter which game you're playing.
On était dans une sorte de Lex Kid là tout à l'heure, non?
One area where we didn't limit ourselves is in the game's designs. We were happy to build on modern game design and genres, and we strive to make sure that
Alors encore une fois, voilà, je comprends, hein, il faut apprécier ce genre de choses pour... Là, c'est pas forcément mon truc, on va dire. C'est un petit peu trop d'e-make, mais ça peut être marrant à faire comme ça. Ouais, ça peut être marrant. 50, c'est bien ça. 50 expériences différentes. Après, ça dépend aussi à combien c'est vendu, si c'est bien marketé, tout ça, ça peut être bien. Hein. Ah, les petits shooters. Les petits shoot 'em up à l'ancienne, c'est bien ça.
And we all have fond memories of going to a friend's house and browsing their game library for something to play together.
Hey, double dragon.
These games have multiplayer, either co-op or versus.
C'est double dragon, hein, clairement.
Needless to say, UFO 50 has been in development for a long time. But today, we're very excited to finally announce a release date.
That's right, UFO 50 is coming to Steam on September 18th.
18 septembre sur Steam. C'est marrant, c'est marrant.
Please find our Steam page and wishlist the game so that you can be notified when it comes out.
The developer of this next game should be a pretty familiar face, so it should be no surprise what they've cooked up. But nevertheless, it's still a world premiere. So take it away, Spry Fox.
World Premiere. Ça ressemble un petit peu à Don't Starve, mais c'est pas ça. Hein. Gather, craft, cook and more. C'est marrant, c'est mignon, hein? Cozy Groove, Campfire. Ah, sur Netflix Gaming, d'accord. Exclusivement. Play soon. Netflix Games.
Hi everyone, I'm Dave Ettery, the co-founder and studio manager.
Spry Fox.
And I'm Jamie Antonise, lead narrative designer of Cozy Grove Camp Spirit.
We hope you enjoyed the worldwide premiere of Cozy Grove Camp Spirit. We're really grateful to be a part of Day of the Devs alongside so many creative and inspiring developers. We started Spry Fox 14 years ago with the goal of making the world a happier place. This is the first game we're launching since we became part of Netflix. That's allowed us to focus all of our energies on making this game as delightful and meaningful as possible.
Ils ont commencé à travailler sur le jeu il y a 14 ans. C'est énorme. Alors on imagine qu'ils ont fait autre chose entre temps, mais...
Cozy Grove Camp Spirit takes place on a haunted island where you'll assist an unusual assortment of troubled but insanely cute ghostly bears. Each bear has a unique personality and backstory that unfolds through your interactions with them. It's a spooky but heartwarming life simulation
Spooky.
where your small daily acts of kindness advance the story.
We want Cozy Grove Camp Spirit to be a game that you can come back to at your own pace for months, if not years to come. We want it to be a game that brings you joy and relaxation whenever you need it most. And hopefully, it'll be a game with a story that sticks with you forever, because the characters really make you care.
Cozy Grove Camp Spirit is launching soon, so pre-register now on your mobile app store to be the first Spirit Scout on the island. We'll see you there.
Are you a dog lover? Then you'll
Ah,
be super
est-ce qu'on aime les chiens?
Hell, I'm more into cats, but this game is just so cute, I can't help but be into it. Enjoy this teaser from Studio Tolima and publisher Don't Nod, featuring a puppy and their person.
Hey, hello
Okay.
everyone. My name is Ben. I'm the founder and creative director at Studio Tolima.
C'est un français.
We're a small indie studio based in Brussels, Belgium.
Ah
and
non.
we're working on our first title, Koira.
Bruxelles. Koira. Quara.
Koira is a narrative game where you wake up in a snowy forest and encounter a small puppy who got trapped. You set him free, and together you go on a beautiful adventure and set out to reach Koira's house. This relationship is really at the heart of our game. In Koira, you go through a musical forest, filled with sounds to discover and interact with. For example, each character and animal in the forest is voiced by a different instrument. And you can use their voice to interact with the world, to activate ancient statues, to speak to whimsical animals, and to earn the trust of the puppy. To progress through the story, you can also manipulate items and use your new companion's unique abilities. With these, you can solve puzzles, but you can also just play together. For example, by playing fetch, building snowmen, or my personal favorite, playing hide and seek. As they journey through the winter wonderland, they encounter obstacles, they share laughs, and they save other woodland creatures. But if winter is magical, it's also dangerous. And they are not alone in this forest. Mysterious hunters are lurking around and following them. Our goal with Koira is to create a universal tale which focuses on the emotional journey. We want to create a game that is as immersive and intuitive as possible. It's a game without any text nor dialogue. The whole story is brought to life through expressive hand-drawn art, frame-by-frame animation, and a beautiful original soundtrack.
C'est très poétique. Très attirant comme jeu. Hein. Moi, c'est ma cam. Ah, vous l'avez compris, c'est un jeu de contemplation un petit peu. On est dans une forêt musicale, chaque animal fait des bruits différents, et avec ces bruits, ces sons, on débloque des choses, des puzzles, on peut jouer également avec lui, l'animal. Et par contre, le moment venu, il y a des chasseurs qui interviennent, et il faut donc y échapper. Et franchement, ouais, un truc à noter. Quaira.
Well, this game has all of that. This is Arranger from indie supergroup Furniture and Mattress.
Hola, soy Nico Recabarren de Mendoza, Argentina. Hace un tiempo hice un juego de puzzles multipremiado llamado Ethereal, junto con Tommy Batista. Desde entonces hemos estado trabajando muy duro en una aventura mucho más ambiciosa, junto con nuevos amigos. David Hellman, cuyo arte expresivo seguramente recuerdes por Braid, y Nick Sander, que con su humor y creatividad probablemente te haga soltar más de una risa con Carto. Con nuestra visión creativa queremos traerles algo que se sienta fresco y ligero. Ojalá les guste este nuevo vistazo a Arranger, a Role Puzzling Adventure.
Voici Arranger. On dira arranger hein, chez nous.
In Arranger, you play
Arranger en anglais.
A slightly chaotic young woman who's looking to venture out beyond the overly cozy confines of her hometown. Always been a bit of a misfit, which isn't helped by the strange way that she moves through the world. As she moves, objects on the same row or column move with her, and if she gets to the edge of the gameplay grid, she loops around to the other side. We use this core set of mechanics in a wide variety of interesting ways throughout the adventure, never hesitating on any one idea for too long. Keep things feeling breezy, playful, and respectful of your time.
Je vais changer de chaise. Hein. C'est plus confortable l'autre.
The entire game world exists on a sprawling, interconnected grid, on which you'll find towns full of lovable weirdos to chat with and advance the story. Wilderness spaces to navigate full of optional puzzles and exciting mysteries. And dungeons teeming with monsters to puzzle your way past. Or through. Told through expressive comic-style cutscenes. We follow Gemma on her journey of self-discovery. Heading out beyond the walls of her town, she soon discovers a beautiful, inspiring world. But also one ruled by fear and a strange and movable
Je suis
force
toujours
called
subjugué du travail artistique qu'il y a derrière un tel jeu comme ça en fait.
Did she disrupt a culture
Et alors oui, il y a des gens qui ont du talent pour le dessin, tout ça, mais imaginez tout ça et les jeux, imaginez le travail que ça demande, c'est un truc de malade, vraiment. Ah, Netflix également, sur PS5 également, et Switch.
Here's your world premiere first look at the very first release from Blumhouse Games.
Encore une world premiere. Ah, on l'a vu celui-là. On l'a vu hein, lors du Summer Game Fest. Cozy Game Pals.
The board looks as creepy as I imagine. Let's go. With hands entwined and hearts aligned, we seek the realm of the undefined.
What was that?
Don't worry, Viv. If any ghosts actually show up, I'll protect you.
Amy! I've got to get out of here. Where did you go?
Hello?
Amy!
Just go home, Viv.
Don't be afraid.
I'll save you, no matter what. Don't worry, Viv. Everything is going to be spectacular. I'm happy here. So happy.
A few months ago, this next game appeared on the interwebs out of nowhere. It mystified us. It seems like a novelty at first, but then you realize just how profound its mechanics and rendering engine are. From Crescent Moon Games and Those Dang Games, this is Screenbound, a game.
Screenbound.
It's Josh Precyson, and I'm the game director of Screenbound. Today we'll be talking with Kyle McKeever, who's the game developer. We'll be talking about the game's mechanics, how it started, and how it's going.
Hi, my name is Kyle McKeever, and I am the developer of Screenbound.
Ah oui, on l'avait vu ce jeu. En fait, on joue avec une sorte de Game Boy et en fait, c'est dans la réalité, c'est-à-dire que vous faites avancer le personnage et il avance réellement en fait sur la Game Boy, avec une représentation 2D d'un côté, 3D de l'autre. Ça a l'air assez fandard ce jeu. Il faut avoir une sacrée imagination pour faire des jeux comme ça quand même.
It started with a little prototype of just a character holding the device, having an endless running motion and jumping at the same time as seeing it in 2D and 3D.
Ah ouais, c'est vraiment une Game Boy là.
It was the controls from the prototype, they weren't set in place.
I think we were having this problem where you're exploring this world but only facing forward, and you can move side to side, but you're only looking in front of you. So at first we're like, okay, maybe we can just do a 180 so you can at least go backwards, because we were constantly moving forward in 3D space. So we tried that felt a little weird. And then at that point I was like, you know what? Since most of the games out there that people are familiar with are first-person shooter games, why don't we try FPS controls? And then you implemented an FPS controller and kept the 2D essentially the same, and for some reason it just miraculously worked. So the device itself that you use in Screenbound is a quantum device. How that works in the context of the game is that the 2D world that's presented on the screen is actually projecting an environment as a 3D world, which is also how it works in the level editor, because the level editor is 2D, and once you finish your level, or you're finished working on it, it actually builds the entire 3D geometry
Un éditeur de monde.
And creates a 3D world. Both dimensions are equally important, and you have to be paying attention to both to get anywhere in the game. Because, first of all, the enemies are in 2D, So if you're walking along in 3D and you're not looking at the screen, you're going to die probably
D'accord.
within 5 to 10 seconds.
En fait, les ennemis, on les voit uniquement en 2D dans la console portable.
On the screen, then that's where like the two dimensions meet, and you're going to get pushed back and you're going to lose some health from your battery bar. But immediately you're going to
Franchement, l'idée, elle est vraiment bonne. Hein. Moi, ça me plaît.
When I'm testing and developing, if I lose track of the 2D side, I'm always running into enemies. And that's how you die. The biggest risk in 3D is literally falling. It's pretty clear cut though, because everything translates fairly one-to-one. If there's like pixelated grass in the 2D world, there's going to be grass in the 3D world. Same with trees.
Yeah, all that stuff crosses over, except some of the puzzle elements or some of the things you only see in 2D or you only see in 3D, like the fan.
Yeah, you kind of solve puzzle elements more so on the 3D side, but then you survive threats by focusing on the 2D side.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll talk soon.
Our next game takes what you might consider a dream job and adds a heap of dread.
Là, franchement, je dis oui. Hein. Pour Screambound.
Wrong. Developed by an international team at Clapperheads, this is Zoocosis. And I promise you've never seen giraffes like this before.
You think they're cute? I don't. You've all been to the zoo, and each of you has your favorite animals. But do you know what happened here at night behind closed doors? I'm Valentin Shukin, the lead game designer of the Zoocosis game, and I invite you to become a night zookeeper.
Alors c'est un gardien de zoo de nuit. Et apparemment il se passe pas forcément des choses très sympathiques la nuit. Oh.
The plot of Zoocosis was written in the best traditions of the thriller and horror genres. We aim to create a dark atmosphere resembling the work.
Franchement, c'est pas mal, hein. La réalisation n'est pas mal du tout. Hein.
We achieve this through lighting placement, color correction, textures, and environmental props.
This is our mobile veterinary station. Here you'll be mixing medications for our animals. Are they sick? Well, they can be. We need to closely monitor the health of the animals. We have some quite rare specimens.
Nous sommes 4 sur le live. Merci à vous d'être présents. N'hésitez pas à laisser un petit message. Ah ouais, c'est un peu des... Oh! Wow!
The giraffe head acting like a large anaconda, slithering with its jaw unhinged, try to bite you. The concept of the giraffe set the basis of each animal having their own unique design in their mutation.
Wow, c'est chaud ça. Hippopotame.
There will be many endings in the game. Each of the endings depend on the choices made by the player during the game. Planning out all the endings was quite challenging. We dedicated a substantial amount of time structuring the paths and dialogues into a unified framework to ensure seamless functionality.
Every zookeeper is entitled to a service car. This one's mine. If you perform well tonight, you'll get one in the morning.
Oh.
Is that your wife? Should I tell her you're staying here for the night? Keep in mind, I'll lock you in until morning.
Your main goal will be to save the edibles, including infected ones that have turned into mutants. Save them and save yourself.
We really hope that you will enjoy the Zoocosis releasing this summer. Wishlist it on Steam and follow us on social media. Thank you so much for the support. See ya.
Why are you so jumpy?
Wow. Quel jeu.
And that's the game. Except not quite. Because see, in While Waiting by Optilusion Games, waiting is always an option, but not the whole story. And that's what I like about our next title. It's more than meets the eye. See what mischief you can get up to while waiting.
Hi everyone, I'm Dom, the founder of Observation Games. We're a game studio based in Irvine. Today I'm thrilled to reintroduce our latest game, While Waiting.
While Waiting.
While Waiting is a game about waiting for things to happen, waiting for the bus, waiting for the traffic, waiting for the line to move.
Alors ça,
Follow our main character Adam
c'est un jeu où on est en file d'attente en fait.
various scenarios of
On attend le bus, on attend... C'est énorme.
Maybe you want to be a well-behaved kid and embody good
Attendre que la puce s'arrête.
decisions.
Wow.
Or perhaps you want to get up to a little tomfoolery. Or maybe a lot of it.
Oh, ah,
People who
ah,
really want
vous avez
to do
compris?
something, you can find your own
Il doit aller aux toilettes et en fait il y avait une boîte de conserve avec le truc qui sortait. Oh putain.
you with shit. If they're too hard or maybe not your cup of tea, that's okay. We also have a very helpful fidget budget, specially designed for you. Just press it. Explore over 100 hand-painted levels, each chock full of mini-games, fun little interactions, Easter eggs, and things you should definitely not try in your daily life. Don't worry about Adam though, he's a tough little guy. Get to
Incroyable
know
le
his
concept, hein.
family, his
Franchement.
friends, and his victims as you follow Adam's life from birth to death with every mundane thing
Aïe,
including.
aïe, 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 aïe.
But do remember, your goal is to wait, nothing else.
Ok, voici donc While Waiting.
Add to waitlist. I mean, wishlist.
During the selection process, this next game really caught my eye. It's got cyberpunk vibes, horror vibes, ghost vibes, all the vibes. With this
Ok.
game, Toronto-based developer Rocket
Le
Spirit
prochain jeu,
really
des
captured
petites vibes de cyberpunk. Ouais, effectivement. C'était quoi ce bruit là?
Psychroma is a cyberpunk horror game. One of the concepts that we wanted to really emphasize was identity, what it means to be
Ah ouais, les
who you
lunettes.
are, and how horrific it might be if that was stripped from you. The protagonist has amnesia. You don't know who you are.
The idea of losing yourself, it seems like it should be the one thing that can't be taken away from you.
We wanted to set the game into a kind of cyberpunk future. We were really interested in the paranormal concepts and the more grounded future technology. Cyberpunk has a lot of themes that fit well with the story that we wanted to tell. The idea of what makes humans human, having your environment really impact who you are and what you're dealing with, this kind of dystopian future. That's kind of horrific in itself.
In our main character, Hayes, we also decided to make them non-binary and biracial. Part of that is what creates a rift in their ability to connect with other people. So Psychroma was a great way for me to explore that part of myself, and like not being black enough for the black community and obviously not white passing. And I've never really been able to explore that or really talk about that openly until now, I think. We like to write from our own perspectives, and I feel like that's really helpful for a certain kind of player that's looking for that in their narrative-driven games. It really is amazing to see people interact with the media you made and like get it. For anyone else out there that's looking to make impactful indie games, it's going to be hard, but the feeling that you get when you get that game into someone's hands, there's nothing else like it, and for me, it's way worth it.
Psychroma, pardon.
It's time to get cozy, and this game is about as cozy as it gets, because it's about houses, just not quite in the way you'd expect. By Tenant Games, this is Building Relationships.
สวัสดีครับ ชื่อธนัท ปุษยางกูล ครับ จากกรุงเทพมหานคร and I'm here to show you probably the most stupid game you'll see all day today. It's a silly adventure game where you play as a house.
Ok, on joue une maison. Il parle d'un jeu stupide. Ok, voyons ça. Building relationships. D'accord, avec une maison. Hein.
In this game, you'll find yourself as a new arrival on the island. You'll be exploring the area, moving around just like a real house. Here's a bunch of wacky structures you can meet, like Mint, who's a friendly apartment, here to help introduce you to the others.
Alors là,
Or Millie,
on aura tout vu. On joue une maison qui atterrit sur une île et qui doit visiter... Enfin, qui rencontre ses voisins maison. Tout d'ouf.
You'll also find these chesters hiding around the island. They're not looking for a date. They're in a very complicated polycule.
Whoa.
But they'll help you unlock new abilities like jumping and wave dashing. If you're looking for a break, there's a bunch.
Ça me rappelle la petite île de V-Hike là. Le petit jeu que j'avais fait d'ailleurs en découverte. Ça rappelle... Ah, une maison, une voiture. On pêche des voitures. Ok.
Oh, it looks like there's a few questions on screen. Let me take a look. Is this a dating sim? Not exactly. There's some dating elements, but the story all takes place in one day. So, think of it more like a short hike, but stupid.
Short hike. Exactement, cherchez le nom. J'ai dit hike, mais c'est short hike.
Is my mother proud of me? No. Can you have sex with me? No. But there is some plans for DLC because just like in real life, you have to pay extra for that.
Ah, il est bien barré lui. Hein.
Unexpected adventure awaits in Building Relationships. Wishes now on Steam.
Ok, disponible sur Steam.
What am I doing with my life?
Alors là, j'avoue que ça dépasse un peu mes limites là. Je salue hein, l'initiative du bonhomme là, du Thaïlandais là, mais c'est particulier quand même. Hein.
Hello, I'm Annie. And this is Lucas. Here we are, working hard, finding stars for a little to the left. It's a game where you solve puzzles by organizing household items.
Ah.
We think it's neat that there are different ways to arrange things.
On doit organiser, arranger les choses. Il y a un jeu comme ça qui existe déjà, j'oublie le nom, mais...
And we really leaned into this idea for our new DLC.
Ah oui, A Little to the Left.
Seeing Stars. Seeing Stars is all about multiple solutions. There are 33 new levels and 5 additional bonus levels to unlock. Some levels have up to 5 different ways to solve them. In total, there are 100 stars to discover. we've introduced interactive items that fold, flap, stick, stack, smash, and bounce. We've got the classic organizational puzzles, of course, and solutions that range from easy to tricky. There's a lot to be excited about, but the best thing of all might just be more cats. A little to the left, Seeing Stars, available June 25th.
Have you ever wanted to play a game forever? In Hello Again, developed by the folks at Soup Island, you'll delve into ancient ruins, and thanks to a strange time loop affecting the island you're on, you'll have plenty of time to explore every inch.
Hello again. My name is Dwight Davis, and I'm the sole developer behind Hello Again, which is a game about being trapped in the world's coziest.
Voici donc Hello Again. C'est mignon.
In Hello Again, you play as a diligent coastal worker who is assigned the task of delivering a package to a remote island. One shipwreck later, you awaken stranded on the island and trapped inside an unexplained 12-hour time loop.
Il est 1h44 du matin.
Core pillars of Hello Again
C'est
are
dur,
exploration,
c'est dur, c'est dur.
Conversation and puzzle solving. This is a dense game with lots of strange locations and phenomena, so a lot of your experience will consist of walking around and filling your journal with observations. As you explore, you'll discover that everything runs on a clock, from the weather, to the tides, to the ancient circuits that power the ruins littered across the island. As you play, you'll also unearth a forgotten story about the people who populated this island thousands of years ago. Since the islanders have no idea that they're bound to a time loop, you can use your ever-expanding knowledge to help and/or manipulate them so you can reach your goals. So, in short, what happens when you mix the gameplay and mechanics of Outer Wilds with the vibes of Animal Crossing and the small town feel of Groundhog Day? The answer is Hello Again, coming in 2025.
So our next title, Tom the Post Girl, is a narrative adventure game by Zurich-based studio Oopsie Daisies. And aptly named, as Tom, our main character, has plenty of oopsie daisies of her own in this game. It has a twisted sense of humor and offers choices that'll leave you wondering, should I have done that? Yeah, it's probably fine. If you're looking to connect with your inner voyeur, this is the game for you.
Hello, we're the Oopsie Daisies, a small studio from Switzerland, and we are here to present you our debut title, Tom the Post Girl.
Tom the Post Girl. Okay. Alors, le souci qu'il y a, c'est que le show, comment il s'appelle, Devolver Digital va commencer très très vite après celui-ci, je pense. Je pense que je ne vais pas attendre forcément la fin de celui-là, parce que sinon ça nous fait 2 shows qui vont débuter en retard. Donc dans 10 minutes, je me permettrai d'arrêter ce show-là pour être prêt pour le Devolver Digital.
As you'll follow her, you'll witness a wide variety of scenes, each more disturbing and chaotic than the last one. But is that really gonna stop you from continuing to do so? Quite the opposite.
We were inspired by the Little Red Riding Hood, which you can recognize in the main protagonist, Tom. We then used her curiosity and exaggerated it to the max, turning her into a stalking post girl.
We had a lot of fun creating this very strange, unique, hand-drawn environment for you to explore, and hope that you'll also enjoy stalking around in it.
Un jeu en noir et blanc et rouge. C'est quand même bien particulier, hein, franchement. Ah, il y a du vert.
calling to all fans of creepy cute narrative games. If you're curious to follow the development of Tom, make sure to stalk us on social media.
And of course, wishlist the game with Team. Bye.
Bye.
This next game is based in Jakarta.
Okay.
It's full of lots of life stuff. Happiness, sorrow, music. It's called After Love EP and it's awesome.
Hello, my
Hello?
name is Sasha, and I'm the lead narrative designer of the upcoming narrative game After Love EP. This game is about a musician in Jakarta who hears the voice of his girlfriend after her death.
Ah.
Come on, Rama, get up!
Il entend la voix de sa petite copine, c'est un musicien à Jakarta, et qui entend la voix de sa copine après sa mort, puisqu'elle lui a laissé des enregistrements.
The late Fahmi Hasmi, who sadly passed away in March 2022.
Ah.
And I know how much he loved this project, and he would want the world to listen to this story. So we are more than honored to pick up the torch and continue his legacy.
Ah.
Fahmi
Triste histoire.
loved Jakarta very much. I'm always the introvert side of our friendship duo, and he was always the one who took me to all the wonderful places in Jakarta I used to never know about. And most of those places made it into the game, like the places where he loved ramen, or where he would get his coffee, or like where he would meet his friends, or music. And I've enjoyed exploring those places in the game, like we used to do. We've had the pleasure of working with a wonderful shoegaze band from Jakarta, Lalfalfa. They are very brilliant. Sorry, I can't really help fangirling about them. Like, they are so good. And Lalfalfa will be making the soundtrack for After Love EP, including the music Rama plays in the rhythm game.
Allez, ça me réveille un peu la musique là.
We are also really happy to be working with our main
Il est 50, dans 5 petites minutes, j'arrêterai donc ce show pour, je vous l'ai dit, basculer sur le Devolver Direct, qui commencera normalement dans 10 minutes, c'est-à-dire à 2h du matin. Dommage qu'ils ne pensent pas aux horaires européennes pour les conférences. C'est un petit peu tard. Ah, ça sort également sur console.
We all need a good mystery to unravel, and the team at European developer Caligram Studios aims to please with their upcoming game Phoenix Springs. In this neo-noir adventure, you'll search for your lost brother while navigating a captivating world with one of the most striking color palettes I've ever seen.
Hi, I'm Jigme Oyser, co-founder of Caligram Studio, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to our mystery adventure game Phoenix Springs.
When I finally find him, my brother
Et voici Phoenix Springs.
to go to the Oasis. So of course it's where I end up.
You play as Iris Dormer.
Encore une fois, hein, c'est vraiment très affirmé cette DA là.
This beautiful yet eerie desert oasis named Phoenix Springs.
It is a beautiful place to explore. Life is slow. The air is clean. Secrets are kept. But should I stop looking for answers?
We call it a modern point-and-click game. It feels like one of the classics of the 90s that we know and love. But the key difference is that you don't hold objects in your inventory. What you have instead are thoughts and concepts and ideas, like a detective pinboard, and you have to connect them with the world around you or mention them in conversations in order to progress. The game has been in development for 7 years now. We're a small team of 3, and one of the biggest challenges was trying to crack the art style, which is a combination of 3D and traditional 2D hand-drawn animation and illustration. Over the last year we've been incredibly lucky to be able to take the game on the road, places like South by Southwest Sydney, London Games Festival, or IndieX in Lisbon, where he won the award for Best Art Direction. But really what we saw, the value of these events like Day of the Devs, it's not just being able to get the game in front of players, but really connect with other developers, especially in small teams, who might be facing the same challenges you do.
C'est bien particulier quand même, hein.
The game is set to release on September the 16th, 2024 on Steam, so you know what to do. And in the meantime, on behalf of the whole team, thanks again to the devs, and we really can't wait to welcome you all into this little world that we created for you.
Road 96,
Okay.
Lost in Harmony, 1111, Memories Retold. Developer DigixArt out of France has had a pretty prolific run, and we're so very proud to
Et ça
welcome
part de la
them to their very
France.
next game. Spoiler alert, it has a lot of water.
Ah, beaucoup d'eau. Production française. On va peut-être s'arrêter là.
We are Alicia and Ayoub from DigixArt.
Alisra et Ayoub de DigixArt.
Since Road 96. We are really excited to present to you our new game, Lives of Tomorrow.
So get ready to be surprised and enjoy the show.
Ah ouais. Les créateurs de Road 96.
You'll learn what it costs to steal from Obin. I hope it's the right one. They have the same clothes.
Wait, that's not the thief.
Alors ça c'est embêtant parce que je comptais quitter. Il est déjà 55. Sauf que c'est super intéressant ce jeu là.
Your friend escaped with my Ozen, and now you'll pay for it.
Tides of Tomorrow. Oh là là, ça c'est à suivre ça. Vous m'excuserez, on va très rapidement se quitter, là ça se termine, ça y est, mais on enchaîne tout de suite avec le show Devolver Digital, c'est le Devolver Direct, un éditeur que j'aime énormément et il me laisse très peu de temps pour pouvoir faire les bascules, c'est un petit peu dommage. On va rapidement se quitter.
It's common for developers to pay many thousands of dollars to be involved in other showcases and events.
J'ai reconnu pas mal d'employés Xbox hein, dans la vidéo là.
We want to continue doing Day of the Devs forever, but we're not going to lie, these events and shows cost a lot and fundraising is hard.
We're so enormously grateful to everyone who has supported us all these years.
Alors je vous le disais, ils sont devenus indépendants, ils ont besoin de financement du coup.
So please, if you love discovering new games and supporting emerging developers,
If you would like for us to keep on shining the spotlight on creators, and especially if you are in a leadership position at a studio, publisher, or platform,
and have budgets that you can tap into,
then please consider donating to Day of the Devs.
Without your
Ok,
donations,
des
without
donations en fait à la cause.
And remember, we're official 501c3 nonprofit organization.
So all contributions are tax deductible.
To find out more and make a donation, head on over to dayofthedevs.com.
On va se quitter là et on se retrouve tout de suite pour
Thank you so much for
le show d'après. J'ai très peu de temps pour pouvoir changer. Merci mille fois à vous et puis donc à tout de suite pour l'autre show et il s'agit du... Allez, on arrête là. Merci, à tout de suite.
Sponsors, we could not do this without you. And here's a list of all the amazing companies that have supported